Hi, Space 1889 fans. I'm Darrell Hayhurst, lead designer on the new edition, and let's talk a little bit about damage. Let's talk about getting hurt in Space 1889, because that can be always a thrilling or horrible thing depending on what you're playing the game for. And actually, that option is something that we try to grant people, right? So it's a system that's meant for, these are human beings, and there's bullets being thrown around, and bullets hurt real people. And that's how we do it. Like if you get hit with a firearm, the effect is you're down and out of the fight. Like you're not just okay usually. Like, but every time you're knocked down and out of a fight, you have a choice. You can just be down and out, and combat moves on, right? And if people are down and out, that's where the fight ends. It's like, okay, we clearly don't care that much. Like we're gonna have to run, pick up the wounded, and get out of here, or have a last stand and try and protect them. But either way, it's going to be over because we don't want a player to be just sort of sitting there bored while they're down and out. But going down and out is an option. Instead of going down and out, you can try to fight on. And this is where you roll the danger die and potentially take wounds or other effects. And the worst possible result is death. And that is the way that you die in combat. You have to choose, like, I'm going to take the risk and potentially die. Almost in any other situation, you're like, I don't want to die here. Like, I like my character. I'm just going to go down. This isn't that important. There are some situations that'll kill you anyway, like falling out of a sky galleon, or, being ejected into space, or, going into hot lava, things like that. Yeah, you're done for, right? But like in combat, even getting shot is like, well, dramatically, you're just out of this fight, but you're going to be okay long term. If you fight on, you could die. It could just be a scratch, or you could get wounded. And one of the ways that we treat wounds is, rather than being a penalty to other roles going forward and degrading your performance, what they do is they increase your risk. So if you get shot once and take a wound, you roll the you roll the d20 and you take a wound is the result. Okay, if you get shot again, now you've got to roll twice and take the worst. Each wound makes you roll again and take the worst one. So you're more and more likely to die if you keep pushing your luck. And that's kind of how you want to ride that line of, is this important enough to risk my character's life over, or should I just lay down and let the story go a different direction? That's physical damage. There's also a lighter form of physical damage called staggering. And staggering, what it does, because you've got those order cards in your hands that represent your actions, when you're staggered, you lose an order card. If you don't have an order card to lose, or choose not to lose one, you're down and out, which again can trigger the danger die roll. So a lot of options for how much risk do you want to do in this, combat. And there's not just physical danger. Instead of wounds, you can also take the mental side, stress. And stress does the same thing, where it ramps up. And once you hit a maximum level of wounds or stress, you're just out, right? You just have gone crazy or freaked out or fallen unconscious, whatever that, whether it's wounds or stress, tells you what happens. And anything else is handled by temporary conditions, like being frightened, shaken, all the ones that you kind of remember from the war game versions, and that is how we do damage.